The most difficult part of any accounting is to regularly enter data into the system. Yaware.Timetracker automatically collects information about employees' working hours at the computer and makes it easy to indicate offline activity. In this video, we'll show you how to set up monitoring and track employees' offline activity. You can create settings for the entire company, department, or a specific employee. Let's create a new employee group and configure it. To create a group, open the Employees Groups menu. Here you will see a list of groups that have already been created in your company. Add a new group. We give it a name. For example, Primary Accounting. Select the group hierarchy. If this is a new department, leave the root group. In our case, the employees of the Primary Accounting Department belong to the Accounting group. Select Subgroup and specify Accounting. Select the employees who will belong to the group and click Create. Done. The created subgroup is displayed in the list. Go to the Settings and create separate groups for members of the Primary Accounting group. Click the appropriate button. If you want to create personalized settings for a specific employee, select him or her from the list. In our case, we are creating them for a group. Select the group and click Save. In the list, we see the settings for our group Primary Accounting. All of them are divided into categories. Next to each item, you will find a tip on how to use it. Let's customize the work schedule. For example, on Monday and Wednesday, we have a standard schedule from 9 to 18. On Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 19. Because on these days in the afternoon, there are documents that need to be prepared for sending the same day. And Friday is a short day from 9 to 17. We save the changes made. Let's move on to the monitoring settings. The Monitoring Mode block allows you to choose whether employees will see the Yaware.Timetracker icon in the system tray, whether the employee is allowed to pause the monitoring for a while, and whether they can stop monitoring completely. If the ability to activate the focus mode is enabled, the employee can enable this mode on their computer. With the help of the monitoring schedule, you can configure at what time Yaware.Timetracker will automatically collect, process, and store all the activity performed by the user on the computer. This can be a full-time monitoring, fixed, or shift schedule. Please note that any employee activity outside the monitoring time will not be recorded. For example, you choose fixed monitoring from 9 to 18. In this case, any employee activity before 9 and after 18 will not be recorded. We save the changes. Let's move on to the settings for monitoring idle activity. This is a feature that helps to keep track of employees' time away from the computer. After an employee has been inactive at the computer for more than the set period, which is 7 minutes by default, they will be able to specify the offline activity option. Add options for offline activities in the corresponding table. Enter the name of the activity. For example, for an HR employee, it can be Interview, and for an accountant, Documents to mail. Select the type of performance and add a comment if necessary. Don't forget to save your changes. We have created special settings for monitoring the Primary Accounting group of employees. They will be valid only for employees who are members of this group. If necessary, you can create separate settings for each department of the company or use common settings for all employees. Watch our next videos to learn how to view and analyze reports.